Welcome back to the Metaphysical Tea. I'm Tess,
And I'm Bri.
and we are on the motivation part of our arrows, which this is your fourth arrow. And I believe we talked about it with perception, but it goes digestion, environment, perception, and then motivation. So around like this on your chart, but that might be backwards with me doing it with my fingers. So digestion, environment, perception, and then motivation, which we're on motivation today. So, just like perception, motivation has that color and that tone. So, it has like two different layers to it.
Got it.
And I can't remember if I already said this, but I'll say it again because it's important. So, you have to master your digestion before you can get your correct environment. Master your correct environment before you can see what you need to see, which is perception. And then master your perception before you can move into motivation. Because motivation is like you just being you. Like what gets you to move, and it just naturally happens because you've lined everything else up.
I like it. It's like basically like mind, body, spirit. Like you can't have
Yeah.
one and be balanced all the way through if one is imbalanced.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And one thing that my mentor was talking about in one of the videos I just went through of like our old trainings is everyone is in their transference right now, which transference is like your not self.
Okay.
So and we've noticed this where we're reading charts for people and they're like, that doesn't resonate, or I don't feel like that's me, or I don't like that kind of environment. And that's because so many of us are out of alignment that we feel like we align with our not self.
Yeah, because we've been there for so long.
Yeah.
And it's, societal, it's environmental, it's family, whatever it is.
It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot like they say it takes, I don't know who they are, but they say it takes 8 years to totally integrate your chart, which is so interesting.
If you're actively striving
Yes.
towards any kind of just betterment.
Yes.
Or self-accountability, whatever it is.
Yeah. But it seems like so much, but also if you could totally align with your perfect self in 8 years, that's pretty cool too. Right. So don't feel like you're behind, or if you're like, oh my gosh, this is so much information, like I'm in transference, or like my opposite of so many things. Like you're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you're doing this exactly when you're supposed to be doing this. And so you'll get there, and we'll all get there. But this is just information to help you align. Yeah. Okay. So let's just jump right in. Okay. So color, just like with perception, there's 6 because everything is in 6s with human design. So if your motivation, if you were looking at the chart that we showed last time that has to be on that Neutrino website or another website that has, or app that has the actual numbers in the arrow, the first one's color, the hexagon. So if your hexagon has a 1 in it and your top right arrow, then your motivation is fear. Now remember, the words are dumb. So for the first one, if your hexagon and your top right arrow is a 1, that is fear. Now remember, the words just suck in human design. Right. And they feel very like, a lot of them feel very negative, and they're not. It's just like the words that were used. So really what that means is when you are fearing, but not in a bad way, but you're seeing the fear of like the need for security, the need for stability, what's coming next. Like ones are investigators. So it's like, what we need to have, to survive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what makes someone in fear as their color act is fear or the need to create security. So replace the word fear with the need for security.
Okay.
So that's what makes them act, is like someone with a 1 is going to be someone who's like really needs to have money and savings, like needs to know that they're like, they probably aren't super excited about like entrepreneurship because they need to know what they make every check. Like they're really have a huge emphasis on security. So the need to create security, get to the bottom of things, and that feeling is what drives them forward. Does that make sense?
Yes, okay. It does. When you were explaining this all to me the first time and you hear the key word and you're like, that's trash. Yeah. I don't resonate. We're not saying that, hey, this is how you know you're thriving and where you're supposed to be in life is you're in a state of fear. That's not what we're saying.
No.
It's just the term.
It's just the term that they use, and what it means is that they're calling the need for security fear, which it doesn't have to be that. So, but that feeling is what makes you act. And now I kind of wish I knew someone that had that one, because no one in our family does. But I'd love to see if they have a very solid root center, because that's like the body feeling of like, I need to get this done. Like I need to go. So that's interesting. Not telling you that is what it is, but that's got my wheels turning. But yeah, so if you have a 1, you're motivated by the need to create security. That sounds so much better. Okay. You create security for yourself and others, and it's like the healthy version of fear. So fear is yours, but it's somebody else's not self. So when someone else is acting out of their not self, it's the negative side of fear. For you, it's the positive side of fear because it's your actual color. So the healthy version of fear is someone needs to be paying attention to this. Someone needs to be paying attention to how we build security. Someone needs to pay attention to like how we survive into the next generation. So that's the positive side of it, is like you're paying attention to that.
Interesting.
Yeah. If other things are driving you, you need to chill out, because that's like, for all of these, if you're being driven by like something else, like let's just say desire, because that's an easy one to look at. If you're being driven by the desire to have something and you're in fear, that's not in alignment for you. So if something else is driving you, chill out. That's what should be driving you. When you're feeling that need for security or wanting to create that need for security for other people, that's when you act. And then all of us, no matter what our number is, we overlay our gifts with like our clear interests. So even when we're looking at like the gates and we're saying like your number 1 is 34, which is magnetic charisma. So she takes whatever she's interested in doing and layers that with magnetic charisma to create it perfect for her. It doesn't mean she has to go be a magnetic speaker because it's her number 1 gift. You can be if that's what you're drawn to, but you don't have to, like, does that make sense? Like it's
you're
a
saying
layer.
It's not just going to like necessarily come out in every single thing in life. It's specific to what's in harmony with you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if you're like, oh, my number 1 gift is ideas, and like my ideas stress me out, it's just layering ideas with what you like doing. So if you like entrepreneurship, maybe it's like helping people get solid on their ideas, or helping yourself create a vision for the businesses, but not necessarily running the business. So you just layer. So same with motivation. So you're just layering on the color and the tone for your motivation. So first you'll look at that, and then when we see your tone, you'll know like how to play with it. Okay. And that's how you get into your genius, when you're layering everything. So when you're like, that's why human design's an experiment. It's not like end all be all. It's like you experiment with it. You feel it. If it doesn't feel good, it's not right. But just make sure you're not in your transference, because for a fear, then need is transference, or you're not self. And so if you're acting out of a need, like I need money or I need to figure this out, that's being out of alignment for you. Good. And it's the negative side of need. So it's like being needy with other people to create their security. So like if you're, okay, this is good. If you're depending on someone else to create the security that you need, that's out of alignment for 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so then if you have a 2 in that hexagon, then hope is your color. It's like, why do half have to be such great words and half are like terrible?
I know.
But they're not.
It's like when you were telling me mine, I was like, that's trash.
I know.
What is going on?
It's so stupid. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why the words were chosen the way that they were, but...
And you can give it a more empowering verbiage.
Yes.
The point of the matter is kind of knowing what is the root of what you're saying.
Yes.
Versus worrying about how it's packaged.
Exactly. And then remember, like, Hope isn't, by the way, this is yours. This is your color. So hope isn't like blind hope. It's the powerful version of hope. It's knowing the right time to get involved. Like knowing, like you naturally know if you're in alignment for you, like when to act. That's how you know when to act, is because you just know, like it's intuitive for you. So if it's blind hope, it's the opposite. It's not right. But sorry. That's not your transference, though, but you're using the high side of, okay. Okay. Okay, so you know the right time to get involved. You have faith and trust, but not blind hope. You're about the right things to, you know the right things to be hopeful about. Like, you know when things are, like, not worth being, like, rose-colored glasses about.
Okay.
That makes sense to me. Yeah, I like that. You give people positive, like, energy, faith, trust. You help them actually see life through rose-colored glasses, just about the right things. And you really are grounded in a real way. Like, you understand, like, what's actually possible. Okay. Don't ever act out of guilt. That's your bad one. You're not self. Now, surprisingly, guilt is some people's right one, but because why wouldn't it be? But for you, it's not, because it's the negative side of guilt. So if you're doing something because you feel like you need to fix someone, you need to like make something happen, or you'll feel bad, like you feel bad if you don't, that's your guilt. So just make sure you're acting out of hopefulness and not guilt.
Yeah, I like that.
I do too.
Yeah, I can think of some things right now that I could think of that are like, yeah, I can see how that doesn't feel like my true self.
Yeah.
Like you can feel it in your body.
Yeah, you can. No, I love that. This was good that she said too. She's like, you wouldn't post this in your bio. Like, it's not like this is who I am. Like, I bring hope and positive energy to people. It could be because you have like charisma and other things, but it's just
yeah,
like,
it's definitely not rolling off my auric field unless you're here for a reading, right? Like, unless you're in the fold.
Yes. Yeah.
Then you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not walking around like a shining rainbow.
Right.
Okay.
And that's that's good. Yeah, because like it said, like you do keep it real. Like you understand it in a real way. So it's like you're not telling people come do this. You just naturally, that's what happens when you're in your motivation. Your correct motivation. Next is desire. And this is Shane, Bailey, Derek, and me.
Wow.
I know, we have a lot of desire in ours.
I like it.
I do too. Okay, so desire is like locking in so clear about what you want. Lock it up. Oh, sorry, lock it in.
Lock it in.
I just watched Step Brothers.
Right.
No, it wasn't Step Brothers. It's Wedding Crashers when he's like, you lock it up. So it's like having a very clear vision. Okay, now I need to like side note this a little bit because sometimes it feels like the chart is contradicting itself, but it's not. It's just layers. So like I'm a non-specific manifesting type. I'm a generator, but my manifesting type is non-specific. So that means like if I'm manifesting something, I'm supposed to tell the universe, I want to feel a certain way, not I want exactly this.
Yeah. Or a person.
Yes.
Like I want to be with this type of relationship versus specifically this person.
Yes, exactly. But for desire, for my motivation, what drives me to go is knowing exactly what I want. But they're two separate things. I'm not trying to manifest this thing. It's just what I want. When I'm manifesting, I'm specifically trying to do something to feel a certain way.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think that was very confusing for me in the beginning where I was like, what do you mean I'm desire? It says I'm not supposed to say exactly what I want. But they're two separate parts of the chart. And that is true for me because if I have a very clear vision of my big picture, I'm like excited to go. I'm excited to jump out of bed. I'm excited to like figure out the next step. I can just like work because it feels good to me. But when I'm like manifesting like a car or, you know, like a new business or something, like it's hard for me to put an idea on it or like an exact. Okay, so that's what motivates desire to act is knowing what you want and letting that drive you. You don't always have to desire helping others. This is for all of them because a lot of the examples are like You create security for other people and yourself. You don't have to, though. It doesn't always have to be about other people, because this part of the arrow is internal. So it's you. It's about like creating your life. So for all the types, you don't always have to desire helping others, because when you just become who you're supposed to be, you naturally help others. When you become your like authentic, true self, like you become the piece of the puzzle that the world needs. Okay, so if you have desire, then your not self is innocence, which another weird word, because what that means is it would be very out of alignment for the four of us that have this to be like, I'm just going to let the universe bring it to me. I don't know what I want. Like, I don't have a vision. Like, I don't know. Just whatever comes in is good. That's very good for people who have innocence. But the negative side of it is being like, I'm not going to try. I'm just going to let it come for a desire person. Sitting back and watching is not what we should be doing. We're supposed to like get a vision, go.
Yeah.
Play the role you're here to play, and everybody gets to enjoy what comes from it. This is for all the types. It was just a little note I put on. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so desire continued. You don't have to know why you desire it. Just let the desire for it drive you. So if you're like desiring something that you're like, I don't even know where that came from. And in fact, I like that, because you know how we talk about like urges from the universe, and it's like if you can't explain it away, it's an urge. Like, where did it come from is just like random. That makes sense to have desires that are just kind of random. Like, why do I want a village? I don't know. I just want a village. I mean, I want to help people, but like that was like quite a vision to come forward, And then I wanted a coffee stand so bad. I have no idea why. It just looked fun. So that was like a desire. So yeah, that's interesting. Okay, if you have a 4 in your hexagon, this is need, and this is Bri. So it's like you understand where there's a need for things, like a gap in the market or someone needs something. It's like a hole that you can fill.
Yeah, I like that.
I do too, yeah. Like when they see something is like missing something, they know what needs to be added, and that creates action within them. They bring solutions. And they bring their skills. There's a need for people to connect. I can bring this or provide this. Like that's what like brings the action for them. Their not good side or their not self is fear. So this is like you're giving to people, you're taking care of people or enabling people. Like what they need and you want to fix it. So always looking for things to fix in other people and for things to go wrong so that you can fix it. Oh, is your dad here and you want out? Okay, here. And people think they're good at their transference or they're not self. So like I was saying, most of us are in our transference right now because we're in such a like change. So for a lot of people, when I'm saying this, they're going to hear the opposite. Like innocence for me actually is what I thought was right for a long time. Like, okay, I need to stop wanting everything and just like start like allowing the universe to bring it. But it's actually not.
Or pretending like you don't want something that you know that you do.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because you don't think you're worthy of it or whatever story you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. And it'll be interesting to see as we move out of, I was just thinking, the transference, and we're in this snake year in a year 9.
Yes.
And as we get closer to 2027.
Yes.
Just how many people really start kind of understanding themselves and realizing what transference they've been flexing in.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
It really will be. And honestly, I think it's so important that this information, that we're bringing it to people now and that it's been coming out from other people now, because you need it to get into 2027 without feeling like you're being dragged.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to hear how many people start resonating more when you're like, this is your true self, and they're not so far removed from that.
Yeah. Like, I was excited to have desire because I was like, oh, good, I'm allowed to desire things. But then I was also like, how nice would it be to just be like, oh, just come to me. It's low. Yeah. Low has innocence. Okay. So, we already talked about how you layer digestion, environment, perspective, and motivation in order. Okay, so you want to push yourself into the highest vibration of your color. So the highest vibration would be her need, seeing the need and being able to help people with that. The low vibration of fear, that's what I probably meant there, would be enabling people. Yeah, so stop trying to fix people, stop enabling, fix you, see the opportunities to fulfill and solve problems.
Yeah, not like carry people through.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad that's not mine because I have that problem.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Here we all are.
I know.
All of our quirks.
Yes, we have them.
Thank goodness.
I know. Now both your kids have 5.
Interesting.
Which of course it's called guilt. Which is your transference. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
So in the positive of guilt, so if you have a 5 in your hexagon, I feel like I have something so good that could change or fix. Like that's how you're feeling. That's what motivates you when you feel like you have something so good that you could change or fix something for other people or yourself. Get out of your own way and get involved. Now, their transference is hope. So the negative side of hope is to sit on the sidelines. It's like that blind faith. Like, someone will figure it out. It'll get worked out. It'll come together.
Like not seeing the writing on the wall.
Yeah. It's like helplessness, hopelessness, just being like, well, oh well, like I guess it's not going to get better, or I guess it's not going to happen. But that's the negative side of hope. That's their transference, not their good part. Their good part is, what are you thinking? I love that smile.
It's just so interesting how one person's can be something that feels traditionally positive and some of them feel traditionally negative.
Yeah.
And so it's just interesting to hear that if your full flex is something that sounds traditionally negative,
it doesn't mean it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can also feel like, I can't do this. It's never going to happen. They need to stop relying on other people to fix or change because they're able to do it when they see that they have something good to do it.
So what is one of the positive roots of guilt?
So the positive root of guilt.
Or an example.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, so the positive is I feel like I have something so good that could help or change people. So I think it would be like
you feel like I should be doing this because I know I can.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's like, guilt just
I'm
the word
really
sucks.
trying.
I know.
Man.
I know these words, I think it's like, okay, so
that feels kind of right.
That really does feel right.
Like I know I have the tools.
Yes, so I should share it. So I guess it's like a should, which could feel like guilt. Yeah, I like that. And it's just what gets them to move. So sometimes
it doesn't have to be what drives the whole train.
No, it's what creates the action.
Okay,
it's like what gets you to act. So
I like that.
Yeah, but I think that honestly, that's something great for them to know, because if you are this and you're feeling hopeless or helpless or like you don't want to get involved, like you could see where that was holding you back, and you probably know the answer to fix it if you're feeling that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I actually like that one. I like all of them, but it's just interesting how they, like, you think guilt, like how is that going to be anything good? These words! Okay, and then last one is innocence. So this one's interesting because it's not actually a motivation, it's a lack of motivation, but that sounds weird, but okay, so I have 2 people, Danielle and Lo have this. And innocence, their opposite is desire. So if you have innocence, then you're like chasing things or acting because you want something, and that's taking you out of alignment because you are actually supposed to sit back, like enjoy life, like notice the small things and allow the things to come to you. So, for example, it doesn't mean you can't make magical things happen or do magical things. You are constantly looping. So on all of these, we're constantly looping. So for you would be in hope, and that would be your positive, and then you would fall into guilt, do something out of guilt, and it would catapult you back to hope if you're doing it right, and make you stronger in hope, and then you'd fall back and then catapult back. For me, it's like I would go between, I really want this, I'm going to go for it. And like, I'm just going to let the universe handle this. Like, that's too hard, you know,
Yes.
and then loop between. But
Yes.
every time we go into our transference, it's to catapult us back and make us better at the one that we should be doing. So for them, they're looping between desire and innocence. So be in your innocence, motivated to see your own self, connect to your own purity of your soul. If something is going to help you do that, then that's when you should act. So if they're like, to me, it feels like for them, if they're drawn to a certain modality or like astrology or human design, and it makes them feel like they understand themselves better, like that's really aligning for them.
I like that. And I was just thinking about how, like, Lo, I constantly hear from her, like, it's going to work out.
Yes.
It's just going to work. It's going to be fun. It's
Yes.
going to work out. Like, that's literally, I hear that from her quite often.
And it always does.
Which feels like innocence of just,
it
like,
does.
the simple trust of a child going, my mom, you know, Sky Daddy's going to take care of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got me.
Absolutely. And she is like that. But when I told her, she's like, but I want things. And I was like, well,
Yes.
you're going to loop. You're going to loop. And it doesn't mean you can't have things. None of these mean you can't do something or have something. We're all meant to have the life that we want. But it's just like how you know it's time to take action. And for them, it's lack of action, which that's what she was having a hard time with, because she's like, I'm so highly motivated. Like, I go. I want. She's like, but I do it because I want. So I need to do it because I want to evolve. And I'm like, yeah. But she's so, like, open to all this that she shifts so easily, and then it just makes it better. So when they're in desire, they're in the negative side of desire. So if you have desire as your positive or your main one, your color, then you want something because like it's like exciting for you. It's driving you. When you're in the negative side of it, you're always trying to get to the top. You're always grabbing at achievement, like always trying to get things, always trying to be seen, always trying to like, look what I did. Look what I did. Look at how good this is. Like, I want that. I need to grab this. And actually, one of the things that Jenna said is that a lot of people in high positions in like politics have innocence as their color. And it's because they can be, innocence is really when they're out of alignment, drawn to power. And they want power. And so she's like, there's all these
politics,
people.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. And so they're totally out of alignment.
In their transference.
Yes. Yeah. They're always trying to get to the top, like achieve something. But then, I mean, how many people do you see that like all of us look up to, like whether it's a celebrity or a politician, and they hate their life, and you hear all these stories and you're like, how can they be miserable? Like, how can that be bad for them? But they're just totally out of their,
That's a really good point.
Yeah. So first, that was the hexagon, and then you layer it with your tone. So hexagon's color, this is tone. So if your triangle and your top right arrow is, well, if it's facing to the left for all of them, it's about getting involved and becoming that resource for people. You're like strategizing, and you're getting it to the people. If it's facing to the right, you don't need the how. Just let life show you the how. People will come to you when they're ready. So Cal was the only one in our group. So for him, with like his genius and his things, like people will come to him when they're ready. He doesn't need to try and get it out there. The rest of our family, all the rest of us, we're supposed to be like getting involved and like becoming the resource for people. Okay, so Bria, So Bria and Derek, their tone is fear, which is, if it's to the left, which both of theirs is to the left, it's a communalist. So you're actively strategizing how to do it. You know how you're going to figure it out, and you have lots of motivation. You want to get to the bottom of things, because remember, 1 is all about investigating. Now, if yours is to the right and you have the 1 in your triangle, then you're a separatist. So you're pulled, it's like pulled out of you at the right time. So you don't have to actually strategize it. You're like living life. It's like the right arrow is feminine energy, right? So it's always like anything on the right side is like very flowy, and like you just kind of let it happen.
Got it.
And you're like, I'm available and I'll do it when I need to, but just like a little detached. You don't always need to be acting. Okay. And okay, so just to give an example to stack that, so Derek was 3. He was desire. And then, so desire drives him, but on top of desire is that communalist, like helping people create stability, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he's always like trying to like, and he hates fear. Like, I'm scared of the dark and spiders and snakes and like a million things. And it like drives him nuts. He's like, fear is such a debilitating, like, which is so funny because fear is literally his one, but it's the positive side of fear. It's creating stability. So the negative side of fear like pisses him off. That's great. And then Bria was a 4, so need layered with stability. So a need to create stability. Does that make sense how it layers?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Shane is the only one who's a theist, and he is to the left. So if you have a 2 in your triangle on that top right arrow, to the left is a theist, which is like hope, like more like telling everyone what to, like believing in something, like telling everyone they believe in something, like believing in something bigger. They shine like good stuff is coming. Like that's what's pulled out of them. So for him, it was desire. So when he has a vision and he's desiring, then he pulls this like juicy, like good energy out of him that lets everyone know like good things are going to happen.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah. And if it's to the right, then it's telling people it's within you. Oh, sorry. Okay. If it's to the right, then it's telling people like you have that inside of you to create those good things. So the theist is more about believing there's something bigger than themselves. But remember, you're always looping. So you're looping between like, is there something bigger than myself or do I have to create it? And if you're a theist, then you bounce back from the feeling like you have to create it to understanding the positive side of believing in something bigger. And if you're an anti-theist, you go to like, wait, is there something bigger? Or no, it's in me. I can make this happen.
Got it.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay, good. This one is kind of like, I feel like it's a little dry, but it's like such good information. But it's just, there's so many pieces to it.
Yes, there are.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have leader, which is the 3. If you have a 3 in your triangle, then this is Ava, you, Bailey, and me. And so this is like knowing what's best for people. So we have a desire to lead the way and take them with us. So that's what makes us want to act. Like, and this one resonated with me so much because desire is my first one. So it's like I have the desire to like build all these businesses and build like that community and all that stuff. But then this makes so much sense to me because I'm always like, if you're on my team, I'm taking you with me. Like we're going to the top. Yeah. Like we're all going to get there. Anyone who wants to get on the train can come as long as you're in and you're our people, you know, like pulling people with you.
Well, you're trying to get everybody to their best highest
self.
Like
you're
not just like, I'm going to get to my highest self. You're like asking everybody else, like you just said. Yeah. I love that.
I know. Very I do true. Too. I just thought that resonated. It might be hard for us to see with Ava and Bailey yet, but that is what is a layer of what drives them is like being able to help people. Do you see that in Ava yet?
In little ways.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're young. They're still growing. But in specific ways, and it's not going to be like, you're not going to be a leader in all things you do.
Right. No, exactly. One, hers would be guilt first, but like seeing the gap and then being able to like help people fill the gap, but like bring them with her to do it. Like, how do we fix this?
It's
how do
virtuous. I like it.
I
mean, these are all pretty virtuous. It's fun to hear how it applies to each person and then see it.
Yeah, it really is. That's why we include our family. I hope it's helpful. Even though you don't know them, we can at least kind of talk it out and how it shows up for them. Bailey's was, hers was the same as mine. Okay, that's interesting because I could see that in her as she gets older. Yeah. Now, if yours is facing the right, then it's follower. But remember, these words are stupid. Doesn't mean you're a follower. You are doing the things, but you don't need to bring people with you. It's just not part, like, they can follow you if they want to, but, like, you're just, like...
It's not your main concern.
Yeah. You're just, like, you're going your way. So it almost sounds more like a leader because you're just doing your own thing. Like you're not really worried about if anyone else wants to go do it with you. But you're still getting to be loved and part of the group and all of that. If you're a leader and you're feeling like, I don't care if anyone comes with me, you're in your not self. So, and that's easy to do when you're like, I feel like I have all this good stuff to give, but nobody's coming. Fine, I don't care if anyone comes. I'm just going to go do it.
Yeah.
And then that would be the negative side. Yeah, yeah. And then if you're like following, eventually people will probably start following you, right? But then you'll like bounce back again and change course again. And it might take a while for you to bounce back to leader. But they're both good, just weird words. Okay. And this is not like how you look in the world, the motivations. It's just like, it's all an internal thing. It's just like what actually drives you. Okay, so if you have a 4 in your triangle, then you're a master. And if you have a 4 to the left, it's master. And if it's to the right, it's novice. So when it's 2, and this is interesting because Danielle and Lo both have innocence, but then Lo has to the left and Danielle has to the right. And so it's so interesting to see it show up in 2 different ways. Yeah. So when it's to the left and it's master, it's like you get more motivated when you're really good at it. Like you're like, oh, I'm good at this, so I'm going to do this. Like, and that's so low.
The progress of it.
Yeah. Like you're like, I mastered this. I got this. Like I'm going to go be the best at this.
Yeah, I like it.
And when it's like this, you don't really need to be humble about it. Like it's what drives you. So it's okay to just be like, I'm the best. And then for the novice is like the student, right? They're constantly learning. So you don't really have to be humble. That's where we ended on that. So for the master, it's like you feel like you got the best at what you can do and how do I do the best? And then you follow the clues at what lights you up, especially when you have like your sacral, if you're a generator or man gen, like feeling for that lit up feeling that makes you go that way, a need for something. Now, when you're the novice and it's facing the right, it's like you're always learning. You're a student of life and you know to act when you're learning something. And this is interesting. I can see this in Danielle. I can see the first one in Lo and I can see this one in Danielle because when she takes a class or when I take a class and come back and go, look at this, like try this. She gets like so lit up about learning something new and being able to like take it and run with it. So that's how she knows it's time to act, is when she's actually learning something. Like, oh, wow, I'm learning so much, makes her act. And they seem more humble about it. Like, they actually are like, well, I'm just a student. Like, I'm just figuring it out. I'm just learning. Like, I'm going to be the best at the next thing. You know, like, they just are constantly, like, getting information. The right side's always a little bit more humble. Okay. And then, okay, so if you have a 5 in your triangle, then it's guilt. And remember, it's the positive side of guilt. So if it's to the left, it's conditioner. And if it's to the right, it's conditioned. And even though that sounds like you don't really want to be someone conditioning people or a conditioned person, ignore the word and listen to like the description of it. So when you're left arrow guilt, it's like you're deconditioning people. So even though it's called the conditioner, you're deconditioning. So you're planting seeds, you're creating things so that we can be better. You're almost like, I don't like this word either, but you're almost like manipulating people in a positive way. Like,
I kind of feel like it's like I have a friend and she asks open-ended questions. Like she'll be like, do you really like that? Like, okay. Is that really, like,
yes.
Do you know, your parents always do a big Thanksgiving, whatever, we were talking about Thanksgiving earlier, but she'll ask questions like, if you're telling her, I'm really excited about doing this thing, this course, it's religious, whatever, she'll be like, oh, do you like that? Or is that something that you grew up doing and so now that's what you continue to do?
Yes,
I
that
wonder
totally.
if this is her.
I know, we should
I
do
appreciate it about her so much because it's not coming from judgment. It's just open-ended points of view.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and that is a positive way to manipulate someone, right? Because it's not like you're purposely manipulating people. It's just like you're manipulating information. You're making them think. You're like getting them to like look at a different perception.
Yeah.
So, you condition people in a certain way and you enjoy doing it. It's like, you know, it's good for them and a way to help them. So when you live this, you actually help people. So it's just a positive way of being. You're actually like, it's like when we tell people about human design and how 2027 is coming and like the change, like we're planting a seed that will help them. But I would never call it manipulating, but that's how they explain it.
Well, everybody manipulates.
That's
the
true.
reality of living in the 3D, being a human.
That's true.
Everyone does it to different degrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I tell my husband I'm hungry, he's got about 3 minutes to figure out how to fix it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm telling him, like, this is what's happening in my body, and he now knows, oh, we need to figure out what we're going to do for dinner.
That's me too.
I'm not doing it with malice, but I am like, hey, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Because my personality
we're doing this.
Switching real
quick. Have you seen those TikToks where it's like the girl gets in the car all mad and they like shove something in her mouth really fast and then she's like totally happy?
Yeah.
They're like, what are you doing? Oh.
I try to be more aware. I try to have snacks in my purse now so that, you know, but that was a cheeky analogy, but
I love it.
We all do it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Okay, so if it's to the right and you're conditioned, it's like you still know what needs to be fixed or changed, but not in like a manipulating way. So like you're the life conditioner. So the left arrows are deconditioning. You're like conditioning. So you're tapped into other people, the collective, and not conditioned in like a weak way. Not like someone made you think a certain way. It's just like you think something and you go on the journey. Like, what is life sharing with you and what needs to be fixed or changed?
So, sorry, the way that I need these to make sense has to be real life things. So could a conditioned thing, like if somebody had conditioned and they have kids in their home, maybe their flex is they're conditioning their kids to do like chores or help out to kind of help teach them how we're all like a community, like we all have to be helping each other so that
I like that.
When they move out, they're aware, they're helping their roommates or their wife. Like that could be a term of conditioning. Like you're kind of like teaching, you're kind of, is that tracking?
I think so, yeah, because it's like...
It's such a tough word for me because I'm not a part of religion anymore, and so I hear it from the lens of religion, and it's like, nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me, and it's like, it's kind of like being tapped into, like, what people need, and then helping them fix it. Like, knowing what needs to be fixed, what needs to be changed, which, that makes sense what you said, because... so many people complain about the next generation being like lazy and not knowing how to take care of themselves, and they're never going to move out of their parents' house. And, you know, we hear all these like negative things about them. But if you're someone who has this in your motivation, you might be motivated to change that by doing what you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that helps. Because these were the hardest ones for me to learn. Most human design people don't even talk about it or go past environment.
Deep. It's a lot of information that you're
It
unpacking.
really is. But I just think, like, I want to know... Larry? I want to know everything, so I figured we'll share it with you. So we'd love to hear, like, how it resonates with you and how maybe you can see it show up if you have these in your chart. Last one. So if you have tone, which is your triangle with a 6 in it in your top right arrow, then this is the innocence. And if it's to the left, it's the observer. And if it's to the right, it's the observed. And... okay, so an observer strategically wants to show people that they're like a pure, keen observer of life. So they're observing the purity in others, and that's what motivates them to create. So Cal is observed, so we don't have anyone that's an observer, but helping people like see the soft, innocent side of life is what helps them like go. That's sweet. Okay. So then for Cal, observed, people are watching you come back to your own innocence and desire to see the innocence in you. So you're being a resource for people to come to. So all right arrows, remember, are a resource for people to come to when they're ready. And he was our only right arrow. So he's actually coming back, like part of his journey, and what motivates him is to come back to the innocent side of life.
It's pretty great.
That's pretty cute. I like, this one's sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay, yeah, so that gives you your color, your tone, you layer it, and then if you haven't seen the other videos on perception, digestion, and environment, that whole, like, you keep calling it meaty, and I love it, that whole meaty information and layers all together will really help you understand yourself and how you work. Yeah, I like it. I need to play with mine. Like, I just want to, I want to know everyone so I can see it in them.
Yeah.
Actually, this would be really good to know. We do all the human design charts with the girls in the salon, and it would be cool to know what motivates them from the inside.
For sure.
Yeah.
From a boss and their employees. Always as a parent,
Mm-hmm.
And then let us know, message us, DM us, did you feel triggered by some of the words like I did? Like, some of them I'm just like, ugh.
I know. I always love your reaction.
Heavy on the conditioning is just like really like, ugh.
I know.
But it's, just pay attention to the whole package that Tess was kind of telling us instead of just,
the word.
The wrapping. Yeah. The word.
Because the words are trash.
They're interesting.
Yeah. Okay, that almost wraps it up. We'll do one more next week on human design. And then after that, we're looking for people to come on and we'll read your chart. We can help you with real life scenarios, like how to use your chart in a real way. So if you're interested in doing that, reach out to us on either Instagram, Facebook, or that's probably the best ways. Yeah. Instagram or Facebook. Yeah. And do it through, we always say that.
You can find us on TikTok.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
But it's not,
we don't use it as much.
It's not Metaphysical Tea. It's cleared, calm, and balanced. So cleared ED, so and then calm and balanced. We've never said that before. So I wonder if people look for Metaphysical Tea. Oops. Well, you know what? Now you know. Yay. Oh, Victoria, did you hear that? Could you write in the podcast description how to reach out to us on Clear, Calm, and Balance? Okay. Well, thanks for listening. I hope that it made sense for you. I hope it was helpful. And we just want to help everyone get into the best version of themselves. So we'd love to work with you.
Heck yeah. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.